Hello again there folks, TaterCat here, and today I'll be reviewing Invincible by Sherrilyn Kenyon. This is the second book in the Chronicles of Nick series. I've already done the first book not too long ago. This one immediately picks up, like, the minute the second one leaves off, where Nick and his mom are at Kyrion's house. He goes, "Oh god, Kyrion's vampire," only for Kyrion to eventually correct him, saying, "No, vampire is incorrect. I'm called a dark hunter. This is how we originate," and all of that. So he explains it. Things look up and then look down for Nick, where his mom gets a new job, so she's not a stripper anymore. She gets a job at this place called Sanctuary, where everybody who works there is a were animal of some sort. It's owned by a bunch of people who are werebears. Alex Peltier. I don't really know how to say his name because it is spelt as such. A new coach appears to replace the one that is in prison for eating Mr. Peters. There's also a new principal who's a little irrelevant. The new coach says, "Hey Nick, we need to fill up the roster. You want to be a bench warmer?" So Nick is happy until the coach says something like, "So I need you to procure me some things." So basically he says, "Hey Nick, steal from me." Oh, while that's happening, 14-year-old boys around town are getting murdered. And of course, people are starting to get a little, or Nick is just getting concerned of, cool, what if I get murdered? Because they can't really figure out what's killing them, but they're assuming it's something supernatural, considering that there's all these weird symbols and whatnot being left behind with each dead body. It does turn out later that, yeah, it's the coach killing these kids, and he basically tells Nick, well, if you don't steal the things, like those other two kids were deciding not to do, you'll go join them. So he's kind of forced into that. Also, the really popular girl, Casey Woods from the first one, who was just kind of almost like, ew, why is he in the car? He's suddenly being real friendly to him because, "Can I help you?" Now Casey Woods, the popular girl, is being all nice to him because now that he's been introduced into the Dark Hunter world, he's one of us now, and he's just happy and at the same time like, "But you treated me like shit. So I kinda don't want to be part of your clique." And it ends with him finding this big revelation about Ambrose. Not as much exciting actually happens in this. It's a lot slower paced, or at least it seems. Like, stuff seemed to be constantly happening in Infinity. This one, there's just not as much. We also find out that Nakota is not, well, Nick finds out that Nakota is not just your regular freaking teenage girl, that she's got some weird hand in everything too. So nobody around him is normal except for his mom. That's it. I'd rate this particular volume probably about a 6, just because it's not as, like, gripping or exciting as the first one is, but it does pick up back up again. It doesn't stay a kind of meh. Not all volumes of a series can be winners. I already have the third one started, so either you're gonna see this one next, or because I left my book in someone's car for a week, you might see this first. I've read this before, though. Well, I've read this one too, but depends on what gets finished first. Like, subscribe, and all that noise. I will see you in the next one, folks. Later.